Hi, I'm back and I have things to show, lots of things, so let's get started. I implemented a lot of things these past days and essentially it's getting pretty functional now, and there was a lot of hiccups here and there, but luckily that helped me work through some issues that I didn't know I had when I was first coding, but then eventually now I have a better program with better performance and everything, so it's very nice all that we have right here. So as you all familiar with the keyboard, and the polyphony is working well and everything. Now when it comes to controller, you see that there is touch sense now, so note velocity. So depending on how you play the notes, you get the response, which is according to the amount of pressure that you apply over here, which is pretty cool, because now when you have someone playing, you can get more natural sounding out than just like hammering on like a full speed. The second thing is the support for this guy, which obviously I won't be able to show me pushing the buttons, but essentially now, or if I push this, and it works just like that. So now we have sustain pedal, which is really cool. It makes it for much richer melodies. And obviously I'm not a good player, so it would never sound cool from just me playing. Anyway, next thing, I implemented pitch bend, so I can hold a note and detune it right on the spot, and it will work with as many notes as are on. Up and down. So that's also really cool. Next thing I worked a lot on was the MIDI stuff, and if you look, you'll see one of the differences is now I have my Midi Out, but now a Midi in, now I have a Midi Out as well. So that means the YMK can actually send notes out of it if it's connected to something that supports MIDI input. But before I get to that, one thing I forgot to show now, I've also implemented the functionality of keys, of the knobs and like a controller change. So I mapped these knobs here to be attack, decay, sustain, and release, and they are matching these first four parameter buttons that I have here, that otherwise if I have only this keyboard, I can push a button here, and for example this is piano, right? So let me, now if I change the attack to be like a slower attack, nothing happens. That's not nice. Because I'm changing the wrong parameter. I'm sorry. So now I'm changing the correct parameter. If I change it to a slower attack, you have this effect. But let's say now I can use this key to affect the same parameter, and without touching anything there, it's back to where it was. Now let's say, oh, I think it should have more release. Now I can just go straight here and add a little more release. And you can see that operator taking a very long time to release, as opposed to how it was very short before. Now obviously it's a multi-operator patch, so I will have to change the release on each operator. I don't have buttons mapped to replace the operators yet, but as you can see, I'll just see if you can you see the LED, the red one over there? So if I switch here, you can see it's switching the LED as I switch the parameters for each of them. So that is really cool feature, and I will make the interface in such a way that you'll be able to map whatever control change. Like over here I have, say, 4 plus 4, so 9 plus another 8, so I have like 17 knobs and things that I can tweak around. So it's pretty exciting. Now talk about MIDI. So I have this computer set on FL Studio here, and if I now connect using this adapter to have my MIDI coming from here, there we go. And I'll, just for simplicity's sake, now that I don't need this guy here anymore, I'm just going to move it out of the way. That's going to just make things simple. So now, if I, let's say, let me put a plug-in here. I put FL Keys, which is really nice sounding piano plugin. Make sure my audio settings are with Asia. Yes, they are. So I'll reduce the volume here and need to shift the octave a little bit higher. Yeah, so this guy is a little glitchy, so it's just a cheap USB to MIDI thing, but you can see that it doesn't like to handle fast input. I don't know why, but anyway, you can see that sound is now coming out of this, which is really nice. So now another thing that is really cool and that I did not prepare myself properly for is the possibility of loading something on the computer and have the computer play back on the YMK. So let's do that. It will be really quick. Thanks to the power of network, I can get really quick to this tune. And this song, I already prepared the octaves on the computer to match the octaves of each instrument that are going to be playing here. So if you recognize this, as a round of applause to you, because it's good music. So obviously this is playing from the computer, but all the MIDI input is being interpreted right here, and you can probably see the MIDI in LED flashing, which is pretty cool. And right here it's playing all the notes, and one of the things you can probably notice now is that more than one instrument is playing at the same time. We have bass, we have strings, we have the nice electric piano, and now we're gonna get flute, and we're gonna get harp, and it sounds really cool. Especially because this is, well, comes from one of my favorite RPGs ever, and better than one of the best compositions for any RPG, so it's very nice to see that being played on the sound chip that comes from a Sega Genesis Mega Drive and sounding this good. So yeah, so that's pretty much the updates I have to give you now, and I leave you with this good music. Enjoy!